First created as a 1986 manga by Kazuo Koike and Ryoichi Ikegami, featuring high-stakes action, sex, and violence. Welcome to the Animation Cave, and this is Crying Freeman. Yes, sir. What up, YouTube? I'm Gil Rivera, and thank you for watching this video. Crying Freeman was one of the first anime I remember seeing in the video section of my local comic shop, King Arthur Comics. It caught my attention, so I rented it. Boy, was I in for a surprise. So let's get started. Crying Freeman was created by Kazuo Koike and illustrated by Ryoichi Ikegami. The 9-volume manga was originally published in weekly Big Comic Spirits from 1986 to 1988. The manga was written by Koike, who also created Lone Wolf and Cub, Lady Snowblood, and Samurai Executioner, and by Ikegami, who illustrated Spider-Man the Manga, May the Psychic Girl, and Heat. Crying Freeman is manga at its most challenging. Dark, violent, morally complex, and erotically charged. It's regarded worldwide as one of the classics of adult graphic fiction. The manga was adapted into a 6-part anime OVA series by Toei Animation that was released from 1988 to 1994. What's an OVA, you might ask? OVAs, or original video animations, are anime films and series made specifically for release in home video formats, without prior showings on television or in theaters. In the early to mid-90s, when I was consuming as much anime as I can find, there were a lot of OVAs in the video section at my LCS. The series follows Yo, a Japanese assassin hypnotized and trained by the 108 Dragons to serve as its agent, and is covered in a vast and complex dragon tattoo. A quiet but complicated killer, Yo reflexively sheds tears after every killing as a sign of regret. He becomes infamously known as Crying Freeman. Imu Hino, a beautiful young artist who witnesses Freeman killing a Japanese crime boss. She sees his tears and becomes intrigued with him. Ko, a member of the 108 Dragons and assistant to Freeman on his missions, who first worked with him after his kidnapping and hypnosis. Father Dragon, head of the 108 Dragons. He kidnaps and hypnotizes Yo to become his perfect assassin. Mother Tiger, female head of the 108 Dragons. She trains Freeman, honing him into the best assassin in the world and the strongest man alive. And Boyo Sean, granddaughter of Father Dragon and Mother Tiger, a giant woman in height and weight. Boyo Sean is practically invulnerable to most attacks. The series follows Freeman as he ascends from mafia assassin to heir of the 108 Dragons. They are renamed Dragon Sun and Tiger Orchid. He must contend with challenges and attempts to destroy the dragons from other underground organizations. We learn of Yo's past as an up-and-coming potter who has an unfortunate run-in with the Chinese mafia that changes his life forever. It's entertainment that's definitely not for kids because of the sex, nudity, and gruesome deaths. But for teens and adults who love old-school action movies and crime thrillers, I highly recommend it. Crying Freeman was dubbed in English by Streamline Pictures and released on VHS in 1994. Later, the series was re-released on DVD by ADV Films in 2003, with the complete collection box set released in 2004. And finally, Discotheque Media reissued the complete collection box set in 2011. On a personal note, Crying Freeman is a great anime series. Now, it might not be for everyone because of the sex, violence, and nudity. And believe me, there's a lot of that. Freeman lays it down almost as much as he fights and kills. I'm not joking. And for some reason, everyone likes to fight naked or barely wearing anything. Freeman fights in a Speedo for the most part. I guess it's so he has full range of motion. I don't know. Also, the animation quality starts off great, but by the third episode, the quality drops, and the fourth episode is the worst. But it improves with the fifth episode, then finishes off strong with the sixth and final episode. I love John Woo films like Hard Boiled and The Killer, so Crying Freeman was right up my alley. It has the criminal underworld backdrop with gangsters and sexy female assassins all vying for power. Now, let's talk about the live action film. Crying Freeman was adapted into a live action film by French director Christophe Gans in 1995. It starred Mark Dacascos as Freeman, Julie Condra as Imu, Checky Cario as Detective Nita, Brian Mann as Ko, and Ray Dong Chong as a detective. The film was an international co-production between Canada, France, and Japan. It had a wide release in Canada, Europe, and Asia, but unfortunately was never released in the United States until 2018 on Amazon Prime Video. I enjoyed the film. It draws primarily from the first episode of the anime. Mark Dacascos was great as Freeman, but I think his martial arts skills were erroneously underused. It's basically a shoot-'em-up crime thriller until the third act, where Dacascos finally shows off his skills with the katana. It has solid performances all around, so if you're an Amazon Prime member, check it out. You might enjoy it. One last thing. Crying Freeman was also adapted into 2 Hong Kong live-action films in 1990 that were loosely based on the manga. The 2 movies were Dragon from Russia and Killer's Romance. I've never seen these films, and I wasn't able to find them for viewing, so I don't know if they're any good. Sorry. This was our retrospective of Crying Freeman. What did you think? Please let us know in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. Also, if you want to see more videos about cartoons, anime, and comic book art, please hit the subscribe button down below. And also, please hit the thumbs up button as well. It's a small click for you, but it's a really big help to us. So the next video is going to be a behind the scenes art video showing you the production of my comic book, The Nite Stalker. So I hope you'll join us, and thank you for watching.